I'm absolutely excited about the special star I'm bringing on for this particular episode of Consciousness Engineering. His name is Tom Chi, and you probably have never heard of him. But let me tell you this, Tom is one of the sharpest minds on the planet today. Tom is one of the co-founders of Google X. Google X is that special think tank that Google's founders set up to help Google pioneer all sorts of new technologies. So Tom was one of the first 10 people at Google X. He worked on new innovations such as Project Loon, which was Google's project to give free Wi-Fi access to people all around the world. He worked on the self-driving car by Google. And you know one of his most famous things? It was Google Glass. See, several years ago, Larry Page approached Tom Chi and asked Tom to come up with a prototype for Google Glass. Tom created the first prototype in one day using chopsticks and a bunch of other electronics. So Tom is famous for being a guy who's so brilliant, you can give him a vision, and he knows how to build prototypes insanely fast. In short, he is one of the most productive people on the planet today. When Tom was leading the Google Glass team, he had his team create a new iteration of Google Glass every few hours, every day for around 5 days straight. They would create 3 new iterations of Google Glass. That is how brilliant this man is at just boosting human productivity. So Tom is going to be on Consciousness Engineering this month, and he's going to be teaching you a number of different models and systems to just accelerate the way you see and think about the world. Here are some of the things Tom is going to be covering, and then I'm going to toss in a special surprise, another conversation which was not planned, but we decided to record it anyway and insert it in this class. But first, let me tell you about what he'll be covering in terms of models and systems. You'll be learning the difference between knowing and learning, and why knowing is the enemy of learning. This new model will change the way you look at your self-education. You learn about models to reach mastery faster, to teach and train others. You learn how to resolve disputes in a really beautiful, conscious way. Tom is been thinking about writing a book, The End of Arguments, because of these models that show you how to think better, but not just think, but to take these learnings and teach them to others, and to also resolve disputes you may have with someone. These are all the things we're going to be covering in the models, but then we're going to go on to systems. And in systems, you'll be learning about new systems to just optimize your rate of growth and learning. From a special technique to do every Friday to make you more productive at whatever project you're working on, to the idea of reasoning in actuals. It's a little bit complex to explain here, but trust me, it's powerful stuff. And finally, why doing is the best form of thinking. How to remove guesswork in terms of what you do, and to learn by actually just doing. Now, I mentioned there was going to be a bonus section, okay? So what happened was, when I started this call with Tom for us to put together this class, I happened to just ask Tom a simple question. What keeps you up at night? And Tom said, you know, every night for the last couple of nights, I've been waking up at 2:30 a.m. asking myself the question, does God exist? And so I asked Tom, what did you figure out? And what Tom shares in that 30-minute answer is profound. It's one of the best dissections of spirituality, religion, and God I've ever heard. This bonus 30 minutes might completely change the way you view spirituality and religion. So stay tuned. This is going to be an exciting lesson in consciousness engineering, and I know you're going to get an immense amount of ideas and creativity boosters and new ways to just level up your productivity from listening and learning from Tom Chi.